Right? Here we go. So, again, an update regarding the terrorist attack. A few bullet points. The author of the terrorist attack in Kokos has not yet been identified. We will do everything to identify the organizers, said FSB. All important statements were this. After the terrorist attack on Kokos, there will be retaliatory measures. Botnikov believes that the SPU should be recognized as a terrorist organization. We previously received information about Kiev's involvement in the terrorist attack on the Moscow region. The terrorist threat in the Russian Federation remains. The terrorist attack in Kokos was intended to undermine the situation in Russia. We know that Ukraine trained militants in the Middle East. On the other side, they wanted to greet the terrorists as heroes. They're actually working with 11 detainees in the terrorist attack case. The circle of identified accomplices will be larger. The information transmitted by Washington about the preparation of a terrorist attack was of a general nature. The Russian special services responded to it. The head of the State of Intelligence Service of Ukraine, Budanov, can become a legitimate target for the Russians, like everyone who commits crime against the Russian Federation. So let's go through this. So they talk about retaliatory measures. Russia never talks about retaliatory measures. So I don't know what this means, dude. What is a retaliatory measure for Russia? Is it gonna be attacks? Is the SPU? I think the hit on the SPU is a retaliatory measure, dude. That must be it, dude. They knew all along where that was. They chose not to hit it. But now the SPU has been exposed as being part of the terrorist attack, so they retaliated against that building. Okay? And they used a Zircon missile to attack that building in Kiev. They talk about recognizing the SBU as a terror organization, which means they will get treated differently. They are legitimate targets, and the FSB gets to investigate them. Then they talk about receiving information about Kiev's involvement in the terrorist attack in Moscow. We don't know what that is. We don't know what that information is, but I believe it. The terrorist threat in Russia remains. We have seen the past 2 days bomb threats on schools, hospitals, stuff like that. We have seen Ukrainian terrorist attack in the Samara region on humanitarian aid facilities. So yes, it remains. We have seen. There was something else today, dude. I forgot what it was. We have also seen like a big crackdown by the FSB on dissidents. The terrorist attack in Crocus was intended to undermine the situation in Russia. What is meant by this is they used minorities by design to make it seem like there's a minority problem in Russia. That was part of the psychological warfare they wanted to do in Russia, which is public information. On the other side, they wanted to greet the terrorists as heroes. That's Ukraine. I assume they have information. They have information on the fact that Ukraine wanted to receive the terrorists. And like I keep saying, the terrorists can't go through Ukraine without having a safe corridor. So this makes perfect sense, dude. Ukraine trained militants in the Middle East. This is new information. Russia is saying this. I would love to see the information. 11 detainees. So this is the number that was detained on Friday. It has not changed. That has not changed, dude. Okay. This is the FSB director answering the question Why is the head of the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine, Budanov, still alive?
Буданов является нашей законной целью и подчеркнуто спецслужб Украины.
Те, кто совершает преступления в отношении России и российских граждан, является законной целью.
Что не живут до сих пор?
What he answered is, everything is ahead. So it looks like Russia wants to kill the head of the GUR. And Budanov had previously said that there's going to be more terrorist attack deep inside Russia. So they have more planned, dude. We know that. We fucking know that, dude. Then he says it. And he said that all Russians should fucking sleep badly or some bullshit like that. Mark Milley said that all Russians should sleep with the fear of their throats getting cut. Another logo, there's like a sword inside Russia with an owl or some bullshit, dude. Ukraine essentially exists to work as a major mercenary country against Russia. As is animal. Transnistrian authorities released footage of the wreckage of the drone that hit the army helicopter in Tiraspol. You remember in Transnistria, there was a drone that hit an Mi-8 helicopter, something like that. That's the helicopter. And we got some footage here. That's the drone. I'm not sure exactly what is. I guess they want to figure out what drone it is. They have asked Interpol for help. We don't know if this attack came from Odessa or Moldova on Transnistria. That is why it is interesting. Okay? This is Echelon. These Iron Dome missiles, you can clearly see that by the pattern how they fly. Like this, whoop. And then they pretend to intercept missiles, which we actually never see, dude. I don't really see any incoming missiles, but they do. Iron Domes. On Geopolitics. I'm sometimes imagining that they don't hit shit, dude. PPG. You know what I exposed everyone today, dude? All of Twitch got fucking exposed. If it's Ukraine, good, Toms. If it's Moldova, bad. The Ukrainians are being forced to destroy Starlink systems that have been captured by the Russians to prevent them from being used against them.
Ukraine's newest target is something they've long cherished themselves. Small, white, rectangular
Lol.
satellite internet terminals from Elon Musk's Starlink, apparently in Russian hands, and hit by Ukrainian drones. They're not supposed to be there at all, according to Musk and US sanctions.
Самая быстрая карьера Старлинка в истории Старлинков.
Here, a Russian soldier explains frontline damage to one of their Starlink units, connecting attack drones and command centers.
Антенна для спутникового интернета Starlink.
While Russia has officially denied their use, their army of crowdfunders openly flaunt Starlink purchases in third countries. Here is one key supplier showing off store-bought drones and 5 Starlinks too. The look on their faces does not suggest they're too confident in coming home.
What? What the fuck was that, dude?
She has posted other images of Starlinks and drones bought. Ukrainian troops we met across the east and south of the front line said Russia has near copied their system of attack drones, using Starlink's internet signal to control dozens of single-use first-person view devices to swarm Ukrainian positions. Here is even an intercepted signal one unit told us they had hacked from a Russian drone. You can see it manoeuvring into a Ukrainian target. near the heavily
I don't think they hacked shit, dude. Russia just published that image and then they took it. We didn't hack shit, dude. Fuck off.
contested village of Robotine, down in the bunkers where the drone wars are fought. This change is huge and has come with an apparent complication for the Ukrainians too. Their Starlink speeds have been getting slower, said this commander.
До Нового року було
They're being throttled, dude.
швидкість набагато
They're
швидше.
being fucking throttled.
Десь раза в два. Мені попадалася інформація про те, що росіяни через нейтральні країни купили партію старлінків і використовують її на Запорізькому напрямку для своїх цілей.
Another operator in the same area reported problems in the last month.
То, что серьезно прям начали замечать, проседает скорость связи, постоянно обрывается, постоянно нужно перезагружать старлинки, чтобы они начали нормально работать, но со временем скорость начинает обратно проседать, снова обрываться.
И это мешает вашей работе?
Ну, конечно, это приносит довольно-таки неприятные сложности.
9,000 active space lasers. So, sort of vaguely reminds me of Dr. Evil.
A lot rests on Musk. While Ukrainian officials went public with their concerns 6 weeks ago, they've since gone silent. They're perhaps quietly pressuring Musk, who experts think can vet who uses terminals, even if that's trickier in contested areas.
What do you mean encrypted? Oh, are you saying that everyone can just use it? If you have a terminal, could you make your own terminal?
It's possible SpaceX can pinpoint each terminal and
I think there was something that happened, dude. The connection protocol. It had like a retry, unlimited retry. So Russia would send package to the satellite, and it would confuse it, and it would continue to resend the package, and it would run out of battery. But they fixed that in a patch. I'm not sure how accurate these reports are, dude. I'm always dubious about this shit. Because they're just like guesses, I feel like.
they know who is who, but the problem is to
You can easily just spoof the Mac. I think surely it doesn't rely on Mac or encryption. Surely it relies on authentication and authorization. So when you have a terminal, you authenticate with software, not network protocols. So you can hook up to it and you get access, just like you do to Wi-Fi when you log in hotels for using a key and password after you have connected to it. Hey Slav, what's up? It's going good, dude. Thomas, why wouldn't it just be like a password login system, dude? That makes more sense. Is he using WhatsApp in the background? What is that he has in the background, dude?
identify actual owner of the account. Musk is a big child, so it's important to talk to him and don't offend him here, because he might do some quick decisions that might be not very good for everyone.
Musk's SpaceX and Starlink did not respond to requests for comment. They said previously they do no business with the Russian state or military, and if a sanctioned party uses Starlink, we investigate the claim and take action to deactivate the terminal if confirmed. But as Ukraine's
How is that easily hacked?
other lifelines wobble or dry up, space-based internet is one they cannot afford to see slow, lose to the Russians, or lose at all. Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, London.
You could just use two-factor authentication if it's easily hacked, dude. If it's username password, then it's just the same as any other security system. This is just basic security, which is fine. The handshaking can be secured as well, so with Wi-Fi handshaking, It's only the earlier version of the handshaking that can be that can be sniffed, captured, repeated, no security. That only works on the early version. It doesn't work with the later version. So if you look at how the new protocols is with Wi-Fi today, you can't record it and replay it. It used to work. It doesn't anymore. And anyway, if you wanted to try and capture the data being sent, that's just encrypted normally. So you wouldn't be able to sniff the data. Just be normal HTTPS encryption. Slav, thank you. It will happen. Twitch is like 1036 delayed, dude. Thank you. The counter is working. My goal counter. But the notification is like delayed 36. Thank you, Slav. This is something I did not show you yesterday. This is the Renault. The Trier Renault Logan. Which everyone knows at this point. And with the only one who wants this Renault is Combat. You can see it's driving 117 kilometers per hour. This is 8:43. The attack started 7:55. The attack ended 8:10 thereabouts. So this is 30 minutes after the attack. It says N3 Moscow something. They're still in Moscow, dude. So we got the terrorists being caught on a speed cam here in a zone that is 70 kilometers per hour. Driving, I think it might be 45 kilometers. I don't know. I'm just guessing, dude. M3, 45. It might be 45 kilometer zone. And they're driving 117 kilometers per hour. Standing out like a sore thumb. And they will be caught on a bunch of security cameras. You can see that the license plate is bent because they drove over a kid, dude. Which I will come back to. They drove over a 80-year-old kid. Let me just read what it actually says. The perpetrators of the terrorist attack in Kosovo violated traffic rules at least 6 times on their way to the border with Ukraine. Their average speed was 90 kilometers an hour. There were more than 140 episodes. During the first hour of the road, the terrorists got the most out of their Renault symbol. And in an hour they collected 4,000 rubles worth of violation. Then they slowed down so not to attract attention. Apparently the curator told them to do this, which led the killers to the place of evacuation and promised as a corridor on the border to the Bryansk and Sumy region. Okay, dude, I did not know this. So they were speeding through Russia. They called the curators. They sent them the body cam footage. They're talking to Ukrainians at this point, I expect. The Ukrainians tell them, drive to Bryansk, we're gonna meet you. Then they told them to drive slowly, dude. The cameras recorded the excess near the village of Milodorovo at 8:45, exceeding more than 20 kilometers an hour. Okay. The terrorists were stopped 100 kilometers from the border near the Bryansk village at Katsun. The driver and 3 passengers were detained alive. Okay. So this is the other episode. So this is the first, second. I'm just comparing. 134. It's the same place. Is this the same fucking road, dude? I think it's the same fucking road. It's like 1 minute later. It's like 1 fucking minute later, dude. Same road. Part B isn't something the terrorists would not be going to Ukraine, as it would be most likely guarded border on the planet next to Korea's. They were not going to Belarus combat. We have geolocation of the place where they were caught. So they were going to Ukraine, and there was evidence on their phones that they had a corridor arranged with Ukraine. So, but you're absolutely right, Combat. You don't go to Ukraine from Russia. It's a war zone. But you go to Ukraine if you have arranged a safe passage. Then you do it. Do you see what I mean? That's the difference. So it makes sense to go to Ukraine if you have arranged safe passage. And I've explained this many times. 100 kilometers. I'm gonna show you. I got geolocation somewhere. I'm looking for it right now. I'm just fucking slow. So this is geolocation of where they stopped the fucking car, dude. So you can see this is from the FSB or the Ahmad unit detaining the terrorist. So that's the geolocation. The trees. This is done by Google Street View. Another geolocation. This one is slightly worse. That you can see the red one. Okay, you can see that. So here is the location where they were going. Also, it makes no sense for them to go to Belarus, obviously. That makes the least sense. Go to Kazakhstan, then Tajikistan. So this is where they were detained on their way to Bryansk, where their handlers had prepared a safe corridor to them. Belarus, they would just be caught in the borders, though. They would just be caught by the Belarusian police, and then they were sent back. There's no safe haven in Belarus. The people who did this are pretty good, Sticky. The people who geolocated this using Google Street View are not bad, dude. They were heading to Ukraine, and as told earlier, this is the geolocation. This is a fact of the matter. Bryansk. They would have turned here into Belarus. Remember where Moscow is, dude. So they would just gone way left. This is not the way to Belarus. And what's more, so that's why it makes Ukraine an accomplice, because you just like you said, you don't go to Ukraine. No, it doesn't. You only go to this spot if you're going to Ukraine. There's plenty of other spots you can go. This is the fucking border, dude. This is Bryansk. That gets shelled, dude. You don't go here. This is also a war zone. They are technically in the fucking war zone at this point. Yes, and like I said, Bryansk is being shelled. Kursk was supposedly being shelled. Bryansk is being shelled. These are areas that commonly get shelled, dude. And they didn't plan to swap the core, by the way. They planned to enter into Ukraine through the safe corridor. Russians was not going to let them through. There is no border security between Ukraine and Russia, because there's a war zone going on. So there's tanks and troops coming from Ukraine over this border checkpoint, and Russia is shelling that border checkpoint. The checkpoint is being shelled by Russia. So the checkpoint is not manned. It's unmanned checkpoint, obviously, because there's a wall next to it, dude. Yes, but there's no one at the checkpoints. There's no one at the checkpoints, combat. There's video where you can see Ukraine with tanks driving through the checkpoints. The checkpoint is shared by Ukraine and Russia. It's a border checkpoint. Ukraine, Russia. It's not Russia. It's Ukraine and Russia. And then you have the Russian volunteer corps they tried to penetrate that border from Ukraine, working with Ukraine, with tanks, and Russia had to shell them. These border points are not manned because they would die. They would die, dude. They had a corridor arranged with Ukraine. Ukraine had arranged not to shell them. Remember, it's a war zone. So if you drive through, you die, right? If a Russian drives to the border and into Ukraine, they die. So Ukraine had arranged a safe corridor. The terrorists was just not gonna rush in randomly. That's why the FSB said that their handlers had prepared this corridor for them. Do you want me to see if I can find pictures of the corridor, dude? I have a video of the corridor. There you go. This is one of the corridors. So this is one of the corridors, combat. And you can see it's obviously unmanned. And this is a Ukrainian tank. This is Ukrainian tank at a Russian-Ukrainian border. This is the tank shooting at fortifications. This is artillery shells at the GRGs, insurgencies. So this is the checkpoint being shelled. This gives you an impression that Russia doesn't own this border or let anyone through. Ukraine tries to cross this checkpoint on a daily basis for 2 weeks. I don't see how you can understand this, dude. I'm literally showing the videos how Ukraine is doing this. This is Ukraine. Now they're running back through the checkpoint after the tanks got fucked, dude. Hey, Xbox Tati. Obviously, they would not go to Belarus. There's no safe haven in Belarus. They had a corridor arranged in Ukraine. I keep telling you, a safe corridor. That means Ukraine would not shell them. So now I'm telling you, combat, for the last time, Ukraine had arranged not to shell them. Does that make sense? Russia is not gonna shell a Russian car coming from Russia. They're gonna shell tanks and enemy vehicles. No. But did you see the video I just showed you? That was tanks, armored vehicles. It wasn't a personal car, dude. And that came from Ukraine, not from Russia. So you see, if you're a Russian artillery and you look for incoming enemies, you're gonna try to predict them. So you're looking into the enemy territory of Ukraine, and then you see them coming, and then you aim your artillery when they are in reach. Can't you fucking think for yourself, dude? The Russians, when they look at the checkpoint, they look into the Ukrainian territory, look for incoming vehicles. I mean, come on, think, combat. It's not that hard, dude. The Russians who blew up that tank, they knew it came in because they were looking into Ukraine. Welcome back, Catcube. You're trying to explain basic reality to combat, though. Privet, Rock. I mean, it's insane, combat, that you just can't figure this out. The Russians at that point, they don't go look what's behind them. Do you expect the Russian people controlling the border to see what's coming behind them? Why on earth would they do that? It's so dumb, dude. They're controlling the border, so they're monitoring Ukraine. They're seeing who's gonna approach us from Ukraine. There is facts. I just showed you the facts, dude. This is a fact. That location is a fact. This is not a place to Belarus. This is this destination to Ukraine. This is a fact. I have the facts on my side. Like always. Like always. I have the facts on my side, dude. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it does make sense. Combat, you're expecting the Russian artillery to look who's behind them, to see who's coming behind them. It's so dumb, dude. It makes zero sense, dude. Look what Trump's wrote. Trump's wrote what I said. And I said it multiple times. Yeah, but now you're speculating, dude. Let's just keep to the facts. Why would they not get a new car way earlier, dude? Why would they get a new... Why would they go to a war zone in Bryansk where Ukraine is shelling and get a new car? I'm not speculating. The place where they were caught, that's not speculation, that's fact. You do realize Bryansk is being shelled by Ukraine. Belgorod has been attacked the last 2 weeks. Right? Why would you go into an artillery zone and change your fucking car, dude? You keep complaining about them going to Ukraine. Now they're going into an artillery zone completely unnecessary. The terrorists could just have gone north. Look at the map. Look at the fucking map, dude. Combat. The terrorists could have gone north, changed the car, and then driven east. Instead, they went south. It's very fucking obvious what happened, dude. It's very fucking obvious. First picture. Second picture. This is 1 minute apart, dude. They're driving 130... where is it, dude? 134. They would only go into a war zone. Well, they could take the risk. Maybe they could take the risk. But I don't think that makes no sense because Ukraine would just shoot them on sight, dude. Yeah, it was the war zone for them. That's how easy it is to understand, dude. They were friends with Ukraine. It was friendly territory. That's why they chose it. Because it was friendly territory for them. That's how we know Ukraine is responsible. Yeah, Belarus will stop them at the border. Belarus is not friendly territory. These are like 3 minutes apart, dude. Look, each of these pictures are 1 minute apart, dude. We have the next one, so that's 15 minutes apart. And it's time 84, 141, dude. The only way it makes sense for them to go to Ukraine is because it was friendly for them. It was safe for them. Yeah, I've explained this 100 times, dude, and it's very easy to understand. It's very, very easy to understand. Russia didn't have to let them through because they wasn't looking at them. They were looking at incoming enemies. That's what you do at the border. You look at incoming enemies. I even showed you a video of it. I showed you a video of what was happening at the checkpoint. There's no safe haven in Belarus. They would have been caught, dude. They would have been caught, dude. The only safe place for them was Ukraine. That's why they went to Ukraine. Belarus is not safe. Belarus is not safe, dude. They would have been sent back to Russia. I think they would have gone to Kazakhstan if they didn't go to Ukraine. They would have gone to Kazakhstan and then Tajikistan. They would have gone to the east, to Asia. Not Belarus. That's so dumb, dude. We know where the border is, dude. But Belarus was just gonna find them and give them to... They're gonna set up checkpoints. Obviously, they're gonna set up checkpoints. And like Tom said, if they were not going to Ukraine, they would have gone to Asia, dude. Look at the map. We have facts, combat. I already showed you the facts, dude. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is where they were stopped driving. Remember, they were driving when they came here. This means that they were driving down this route, dude. They were driving down this route. They were not in the process of changing cars. They were driving. Hey, Alex, how you doing, dude? Do you want to see where this is? Come back. This is Moscow. This is Moscow. Can I draw like a fucking line, dude? This is how dumb your fucking rationale is, dude. I can't draw like a fucking line. So they drove from here. They drove from here all the way down here, all the way down towards Ukraine, almost away from Belarus, right? And then they chose to go down here. So they're driving down here towards Ukraine. They drive through Bryansk, and then they get stopped here towards Ukraine. This is where they get stopped, dude. Are you looking? They go down towards Ukraine. They could have gone straight to the east, to the west, towards Belarus. You see how dumb it is to think this is Belarus? That only makes sense if you're an idiot, dude. Hey, Arsene. Yeah, they stopped right after the last fork, kind of eliminating the possibility of Belarus. But even if you wanted to go to Belarus, you can just go to Belarus. Just go west, dude. Don't go south. This is so dumb, dude. Combat, how can you possibly think this makes sense? Only a fucking coper who wanted to cope for this is not Ukraine would make up a theory like this that is completely irrational. Do you see this? They spend hours going south towards Ukraine. Completely unnecessary. Combat because they wanted to get out. That's why. They wanted to get out as fast as possible. That's why they were driving 140 kilometers an hour. Because they wanted to get out. We know that. Because I just showed you the proof of it. They wanted out as quick as possible. Do you know where they should have been going? If they were not connected to Ukraine, they would have gone to the east. They would have gone down here, dude. You know what? They could have been hidden in Kamchatka and never been found, dude. Exactly. Look. They could have hidden in Kamchatka, where they would never be found, dude. They could just hide fucking here, and they would never be found. They did not do that. They went straight for Ukraine, driving 140 kilometers an hour, passing like multiple speed bumps, dude. Combat, please wake up, dude. You can't. There's no way where this is where you can rationalize this in any other way, combat, unless you're completely fucking deranged, dude. And this can just not be Ukraine. So you have to make up some sort of cope theory for this. And them not taking a straight path doesn't match reality. You saw how they were driving 140 kilometers an hour to reach that exact point as quick as possible. They drove straight in that line, dude. In other words, they drove straight for Ukraine as quick as possible. I don't think they should have been in Moscow. Shit ton of surveillance or bits. They should just have hidden in the east, dude. Kamchatka. You can get lost there, dude. No, it's not Smurf. Smurf, let me tell you something. When this attack happened, Russia knew who did it. Russia knew it was Ukraine. Russia knew CIA helped them. Russia doesn't need evidence. They know it. America knows that Russia knows. This is all to convince the public, Smurf. Not Russia or America. All of them knows it, dude. So Russia is well aware of America doing all this, a terrorist attack, CIA bases all over, and Ukraine doing this on behalf of America. Russia is perfectly aware of that. So the ISIS argument that America is pushing is to convince the public, not Russia. So the terrorists can go do whatever they want, and they can go to Ukraine. America will just say ISIS did it. And they will convince the public of it. It doesn't. What Russia knows doesn't really matter too much. Russia knows what did this. At the moment it happened, they knew. No combat. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, though? I'm not sure we ever get to the truth. I'm pretty sure that these people, they will speak the truth, dude. I saw the arrest of these people. I saw the interrogation of these people. They will speak the truth. They are scared of dying. They are scared of dying, dude. So they will speak the truth. I also saw that they were getting like fucking electricity to their balls, dude. Yes, they could have gone in any direction, dude. That's when key. They could literally have done anything else, and they would have disappeared. But they went to Ukraine, huh? And then you got people on Twitter, huh? It's not Ukraine. They just went straight for Ukraine, and people just like, nah. It's so dumb, dude. They could have gone anywhere else, but they went straight for Ukraine, and combat is just like, I don't think it's Ukraine, boys. God damn it, dude. This is just insane, but they can get away with you fucking dumb fuckers, dude. It's insane. The world is indeed fucked, boys. The world is indeed fucked. Go west to Belarus, go north, and then west to Finland, east to hide in the Russian Federation, go south, and attempt to get to Georgia. Just go to Kazakhstan, dude. Yeah, go to Kazakhstan. I think if it was me, I would just hide, dude, in Kamchatka. I would just hide in Kamchatka. Smurf, we looked at it in details, dude. We looked at it in details. Hey, Putin, knull you. The incident is fishy. I think it looks natural, but there's just many things I can't explain, dude. Why did the power go out twice? I don't fucking know. Hey, Twitch troll. I don't fucking know why the power went out twice, dude. Doesn't make any sense. We got more. Remember, we have more Ukrainian terrorism in Russia. After this, Samara there's a Ukrainian terrorism going on there yesterday. So Ukraine is doing terrorism in Russia. So there's no doubt, dude. So let me just. This is not. I'm not saying this is Ukraine. A bearded man was also spotted in a house of the Eco Bonino residential complex, which is located 20-minute walk from residential building, where measures of the load-bearing poles were taken. For some reason, he took the fire hoses. He tore out the warning system. Strange shit. So I don't know what this is, dude, but you got a guy here doing suspicious shit, dude. Another Tajik. Maybe Maybe that's gonna be in fire in this building, dude. And he's like removing the possibility of taking it out. Tao, you are late, dude. You are fucking late. I'm actually not sure they are Ukrainian anymore, Cat Cube. They could be like from India or something. What's happening here is he's taking a fire hose out from this. There's not much context. I will come back to this, dude. We will come back to this. I got a few Putin videos. We know who hands the crimes against Russia and its people was committed. We want to know who ordered it.
США по разным каналам пытаются убедить своих сателлитов и другие страны мира в том, что по их разведданным киевского следа в московском теракте якобы нет.
Oh, wait. There's no Kiev traces.
В том, что по их разведданным киевского следа в московском...
Oh, they want to convince you. I was just looking somewhere else, dude. The America is trying to convince its satellite, okay.
Пытаются убедить своих сателлитов и другие страны мира.
So America is busy trying to convince people that Kiev is not part of it. By pushing the ISIS narrative. This is way more desperate, Thomas. This is so desperate. You know what it feels like? It feels like they overdid it and just like, whoops.
В том, что по их разведданным киевского следа в московском теракте якобы нет. Что кровавый теракт совершили последователи ислама, члены запрещенной в России организации ИГИЛ.
Yeah, but just think about this, combat. Just think about this. They could have gone in any direction. That would have been better. Unless they had a safe corridor in Ukraine.
Мы знаем.
There are security cameras on that bridge, and they have not released the footage. Seems to think that sparks, smoke are cutting charges. I looked at that. I couldn't see that, Upsilon. People were suggesting that, and I looked at it, dude.
Чьими руками было совершено это злодеяние против России и ее народа. Нас интересует, кто заказчик.
I want to know who ordered it, dude.
Воевать до последнего украинца, исполнять команду из Вашингтона и принимать новый закон о мобилизации, создавать что-то вроде Гитлер-Югенда в новом его, конечно, издании. Выбивать под это новое оружие и дополнительные деньги, значительную часть которых можно будет украсть и положить, как это водится на Украине сегодня, себе в карман.
Nice fun with Putin, dude. I'm sure they have evidence of everything at this point. They can see the phones, the handlers, and all that shit, dude. Remember, America and Ukraine, they don't need to hide it. They don't need to hide who it is, dude. They just shout ISIS. So the fact that they're leaving evidence everywhere, it simply doesn't matter. State Department Miller answering a question from Ria Novosti, correspondent about the terrorist attack on Caucasus.
In light of the Moscow attack, does the United States have any plans to boost security cooperation with Moscow?
No, obviously, I think. If we have intelligence in the future, like the intelligence we had with respect to this attack, we will, of course, make it available to the Russian government.
Russia said that information they got was bullocks, dude.
Because we don't want to see terrorist attacks be successful anywhere in the world. We don't want to see the Russian people suffer. We have never had any...
America fucking did this. America fucking did this, dude. Jake Sullivan arranged the explosion of Nord Stream.
...quarrel with the Russian people.
The warning. Tao. Thank you for the gifted. Thank you, Tao. No audio for some reason. So what do you think about the US warning? The US warning went out on March 7th. On March 7th, one of the terrorists was in the Crocus City Mall, dude, taking a selfie. There was a warning, but the warning is empty. The warning is a terrorist attack is happening within 48 hours. That's what is in the warning. And that was on March 7th. What is Russia gonna do with that, dude? What would you do with that if you sent that to America? There was also a warning from Newland. How was Russia supposed to respond to that? Probably the morons in the slave countries of America thinks that this is what totalitarianism look like. Putin is like Stalin 2.0. That we are afraid of authorities here. That we are forbidden to seek the truth. You know what? I had a conversation with Kairos, and he said, "Oh, the Russians are fooled by the media to vote for Putin, or they are afraid." Just like, oh god, dude, God, what the fuck, dude? God damn it, click like. I don't feel like if it's funny to compare the fear in the government in Russia, China, the West, and Denmark, America. If you truly wanted to warn them, you'll do it quietly between agencies, diplomats. It was a threat. That is what Russia said, Uppsala, that it was blackmail. It was a threat. That a U.S. embassy warning was essentially blackmail. Yes. Yes, we do. Anywhere else in the world, something like this would happen, and the US would send some form of help. Something happens in Russia, and the US is like, no, they don't need us. Yeah, but it's more to it than that, dude. Tao, did you do it again, dude? Thank you, Tao. Tao, you don't have to. I feel like you're feeling guilty because I complained that you were late. Kairos said that the Russians are afraid of Putin, that's why they voted for him, or they were fooled by the media. There's no way it can be true. And then I told him about the Western polling in Russia, essentially doing the same sort of results than the election, indicating that the election is democratic as fuck, dude. I forgot what I was saying, dude. Yes, the embassy warning. Russia said that was a form of blackmail, dude. That's a form of blackmail. You're absolutely right, Uppsala. You're absolutely right, dude. We looked at the embassy warning. We talked when it happened. We said, okay, this looks weird, dude. Is that terrorist attack happened? And then the Russians said, nah, they're just trying to scare us because there is International Women's Day tomorrow. And then nothing happened. And we're just like, yeah, you're probably right, dude. Because the warning was explicit, said within 48 hours. And actual theory is that the attack was supposed to happen on that day. And remember, the terrorist was in the mall when that warning went out. Remember that, dude? There was a non-public communication, but Russia said it was useless. It said it was the same as the embassy warning. A terrorist attack is happening. Okay, dude. What? It's happening soon. Can you tell us by who, where, what do you know, dude? It's just like it's a threat. It's not a warning. It's a threat, dude. So who gave Japan the presidency of the UN Security Council? What is this, dude?
Oh. I give the floor to the Russian Federation, representative of the Russian Federation. Thank you for the Russian Federation, representative of the Russian Federation.
Is it like your combat trying to do logic, dude?
Well, we didn't
Tao, are you keeping up, dude? Thank you, Tao. Are you drunk? I think Tao's drunk, dude.
include in the
You know what I do first day on the job, Toms? I don't do shit off, dude. I remember the last job I had in Britain. It was so easy that I just did nothing. And then after 3 months, he said, yeah, you probably have to start working with the sprint at this point. Okay.
I'll give the floor to the Russian Federation, representative of the Russian Federation again. I will give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. So, I now would like to...
Shit, dude.
I would give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. Once again, I would like to give the floor to the Russian Federation, representative of the Russian Federation.
Oh, wow, dude. Okay, I can see why she got this wrong, dude. Russian Federation, representative of the Russian Federation. I'll get that wrong as well, dude. The Chinese Oh, you hear Bitsa? Did you enjoy that, dude? The Chinese representative of the United Nations commented on the event. Jauni, thank you for the bits, dude. Thank you. You came out of nowhere. Is that the train? Ubitsa. When was the last time Ubitsa spoke, dude? Not long ago. Take Shell Bell. Thank you. Terrorist attack on Moscow. Ukraine committing suicide. Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson is good, dude.
The political
Larry
situation.
Johnson is very good. Take a look at this. The Chinese representative at the United Nations commented on the events from 25 years ago when NATO, doing its illegal bombing of Serbia, struck and destroyed the Chinese embassy, resulting in the death of 3 Chinese journalists. You know what? And 20 Chinese diplomats. This is America. We hate China. We're gonna bomb that fucking embassy, dude.
Here, before closing, I am compelled to say that during NATO bombing of the...
You know what? This is how we know that China and America are not in Upsila, this is how we know that China and America are not in cahoots with one another. Because you see fucking genuine hate, dude. Hey, Red Mace.
FRY 25 years ago, there was a deeply painful day that the Chinese people will never forget. On May the 7th, 1999 local time, NATO, led by the United States, launched multiple precision-guided missiles and bombed the Chinese embassy in the FRY, resulting in the death of 3 Chinese journalists, the injury of more than 20 Chinese diplomatic personnel, and the destruction of the entire Chinese diplomatic premises. This is a flagrant violation of China's sovereignty.
I don't know much about politics.
A serious offense to the sentiment of the Chinese people, and a gross violation of international law and the basic norms governing international relations. The Chinese people do not preach hatred, but we will never forget history. The Chinese...
TPG, how old are you, by the way? Sneaky, did you just subscribe as well? What the hell, dude? Sneaky, thank you. Level 2 have train. You know what? I don't get a lot of subs, dude. Because people fucking hate Russia. People fucking hate Russia. PPG, how old are you, dude? PPG, how old are you? I heard something today. 33? I don't believe you, dude. I heard something else today. And it's just like, holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck, dude. Sneaky, thank you. Everyone else, thank you. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. Sneaky, did you gift? Thank you. Thank you, dude. Like I said, I don't get a lot of subs. Because people fucking hate Russia, dude. Red Mace, thank you. Red Mace is pretty good at gifting. It says so, doesn't it? 9 gifted. Thank you, dude. You don't look old, PPG, but Turbo told me you were old. I was just like fucking surprised, dude. Joni, thank you for the bits. We went through it today, Ubitsa. We went through it today, dude. I talked to people about Russia today. And people made up lies about Russia. People are afraid so they vote for Putin. People are under manufactured consent to hate LGBT. The Russians are exactly like us, but they are just tricked and fooled and propagandized. Something else happened. Shelbel gifted a sub. Soot gifted a sub. Thank you, dude. There's way more. There's way more. Teoni cheered. Shelbel gifted 2 subs, I think. Thank you, Shelbel. I'm just catching up, dude. Froggy got a sub. Soot gifted. Satin cheered. Thank you, boys. Thank you. I'm sure all of you have noticed that the lips get a shit ton of subs. The American people are way more propagandized than everyone else, and they know this, but they don't behave like they know this. They behave like information can be ignored. Teo, thank you, dude. Thank you. Nice one. Who got the subs, dude? Nice. I wish it was better at selecting who got the subs. But whatever. We are at level 4. You know what? We had a level 8 once. I'm not sure how that's possible, dude. How the fuck did we get a level 8? Shellbell, thank you. Thank you. Titanium is here way more. Why is he not getting one? Some really don't know they're propagandized. Yeah, but Sneaky, you tell them and they say, yes, that's true. But then they go on and then they don't adjust their behavior like they have that information. So the Americans, they will complain about Russia. And they say Russia is propagandized. And then when you tell them, no, that's not true, and you're just on the propaganda yourself, they kind of admit it, but then they keep going, dude. They keep going. So, thank you. I was complaining that Titanium wasn't being selected, dude. Because he's here. Young people, Ubitsa, does it as well, dude. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. And there's that Kairos, I think, is even from Brazil. He was like, oh, the people in Russia are afraid of Putin, or they are on a manufactured consent. That's why they hate LGBT. Teo. Honduman was here yesterday a lot. Nice one. Teo gifted a shit ton, dude. How many has he gifted? $27, dude. 27, dude. I think so. Didn't it say 27? Yes, 27, dude. What the shit? I don't think the Russians are under manufactured consent regarding LGBT, dude. I don't think so. I think it's the other way around, honestly. I think it's the other way around, dude. I don't think the Russian media is trying to convince the Russians that the LGBT is bad. And if it is, I would like to see it. It should be very easy. Just give us example. I fucking hate that. Matt does that all the time. I show him evidence from any conspiracy shit. And even if he agrees I'm correct, the info doesn't get absorbed, just continues to have the same opinion. It's so annoying, Uppsala. If you discuss a topic and the topic is discussed under the conditions that you are influenced and you agree you're influenced, you need to fucking change your opinion, dude. You need to realize that you made a mistake and you don't know what the truth. Well, I think the issue is people are like super self-absorbed, and they want to make it seem like they know the truth. So if I ask someone, Upsila, do you hate something? Is there something bad about Russia? They say yes, of course. And then I ask what? What's bad? And then they have to think after I ask what. They don't think before. And then some of them, they go to Google, right? And then they find some bullshit. Both themselves or some bullshit like that, right? Some of them, they actually have something when they think. So they talk about that then. So we dive into that area, and it turns out it's just another bullshit. And then they keep going. Then they find another thing. So they want to prove themselves right. They don't say, okay, actually I was wrong, right? So they just keep going. So there was talk about the Russian claim about biolabs. That's a major like contention. But then America admitted that. So okay, on to the next one, and on to the next one, and then always on to the next one. They're never like, okay, maybe I was wrong, dude. Maybe I was wrong, dude. Teo again. So what happened?
Great.
Teo, thank you, dude. Thank you, man. We are about to beat your last record. Channel at an all-time record. 17% level 8. Holy shit, dude. I don't care about the emotes. It's just Teo contributed 14 subs, dude. Yeah. You said you weren't drunk, dude. You said you weren't drunk. I want to see what Combat wrote. PDF 24. When I edit PDF, you can use Adobe Acrobat Professional Edition, which you can just get another way. There's a professional version of Adobe you can use. Otherwise, you can also use Photoshop. That one can edit, but it's not good at doing it. That one is not good. Photoshop can edit PDF, but it's not good at it. Thank you, Teo. Thank you, everyone, for the donations. Okay, China. I forgot what this was about, dude. Oh, it was about the embassy, Siberia. The Chinese embassy in Siberia was targeted by America. 3 workers and 20 diplomats died.
People do not advocate responding to violence with violence, but we will never allow the recurrence of such a historical tragedy.
So what I'm sure happened here is the embassy was targeted by design, because because it's fucking America, dude.
Thank you, President.
I thank the representative.
Because it's fucking America. So they targeted the fucking Chinese embassy by fucking design, dude. The US representative at the UN Security Council stated that the US had nothing to hide regarding the illegal attack on Siberia in 1999. What, dude? What? He accused Russia of exploiting the tragic events from 25 years ago.
The United States.
This is the guy who voted no with the ceasefire. Did the hail or hail?
There's nothing to hide regarding its support for NATO's 1999 Operation Allied Force. NATO actions were necessary and legitimate to end ethnic cleansing in Kosovo. The United States voted to abstain today.
What ethnic cleansing? What a dumb talking point at this one, dude. This one is the one allowing it.
Because of Russia's approach.
Hey, Hamdi, what's up?
While we can support a meeting in the appropriate format that addresses the impacts of events from 1999, we cannot support a meeting that so blatantly instrumentalizes the tragic events of the last century to further a prop.
Salty. You know what? Yesterday, I was just like, where the fuck were you, dude? Where the fuck were you? Were you a traitor again, dude?
Propaganda campaign. The fact that Russia raised objections to Kosovo's participation today further shows its intentions. Let's also be clear. The meeting Russia called for is not about the Council discharging its responsibilities to maintain.
No, Uppsala. It might be that Adobe Acrobat can actually do like a search. I don't even install it. Sometimes files have a feature called search in folder. And if you're very lucky, you might be able to find what you're looking for using Notepad++. Notepad++ have a search in folder feature. And it can search in all files. So maybe if you're lucky, the raw text is exposed in the PDF file and you can actually search it just via text editor. But if the PDF you have is from print or it's like an image and it's not data, if it's not vector graphics, you won't be able to do that. You see some of these PDFs you have on archive.org that you sent me. When I look at them, that they are scans of a book, that won't work because it's a picture.
International peace and security. It is about the Kremlin's self-serving efforts to thwart stability throughout the Western Balkans, manipulate this council to peddle its propaganda, and inflame regional tensions in pursuit of its destabilizing ambitions in the region.
We didn't do anything it's Russian propaganda to do. We had to stop a genocide. Americans are always against genocide. PPG, Turbo, we were discussing PPG earlier, dude. He says he's 33, Turbo. Everyone was just laughing at him, dude. America did a bunch of war crimes in Serbia in '99, dude. What about hitting the fucking embassy? What about that one? Oh no, Russian propaganda. I mean, we are preventing ethnic cleansing, so we had to hit the embassy. Fuck off, dude. Stop Animal, you had a bunch of information about the ethnic cleansing that was faked. I think you sent me some info about that. Uppsala sent us some info about that. Notepad++ is great. Yes, it is. I always use it. The ICJ cleared the Serbian leadership of ethnic cleansing in the most underhand way. What does underhand way mean? Yeah, it's fucking typical. Typical, dude. I'm glad you guys know all this bullshit. Take a look. So we got American aggression in Yemen. No, sorry, Syria. This is from last night. American aggression in Syria. Known target so far, the Sharia mosque, of course. Farms area in Al Mayadin. The attack was being reported carried out by drones and surface-to-surface missile launched from Al Omar oil field. Alright. Turbo, you sent something that I can't play, dude.
It's American, you piece of shit! It's American, you piece of shit!
Turbo. I can't post in your chat. Turbo, that's always on you, dude.
It's American, you piece of shit!
There's something wrong with your fucking phone, Turbo. Was something. The Canadian commie is live. He wanted to thank you for always rating him. He's grateful and thinks it's awesome that there's other people out there like you. I like him. I like him, dude. He talks about communism. He's not like embedded in much bullshit. Seems like a fucking normal dude. And there's very few on these on Twitch. Everyone is just like, oh, we need to only talk about this. And if you talk about that, then you're fucked. In fact, everyone on Twitch hates you. That guy is good, dude.
It's America, you piece of shit!
The unelected Secretary of Foreign Affairs, David Cameron, is once again preaching about democracy. This time, the unimportant island is upset with China, allegedly due to some cyber attacks. Toms.
Attacks on our democracy are unacceptable.
And Toms, this is so coordinated, dude, that not even a news article was not enough to make this prevalent, dude.
Yet that is what organizations backed by China have done. Today, we are publicly calling them out, and we've taken action. We've summoned the Chinese ambassador, and we are putting sanctions, travel bans, asset...
You think this is about sanctions, dude? EVs.
...freezes on the individuals and the group responsible.
Which group?
Such action from China will not be tolerated. We will always seek to defend ourselves from those that threaten our values and our democracy. And we encourage other countries to do the same.
Oh, who did this sanction, dude? This guy.
Competitor.
So David Cameron should stop sniffing glue and listen to what Victor Garo, a Chinese lawyer and academic, has to say about Britain. This guy I've seen before. He talked about the Uyghur genocide with an American journalist.
Are you a competitor? Are you an ally? Are you a threat? How would you regard your relationship with Britain?
First of all, between China and Britain, from the Chinese perspective, Britain is not a rival, is not a competitor, it is not an enemy, is not an adversary. Britain is just an important country to get a...
Damn it, dude. Toms, damn it, dude. He should just have said, Britain is just not relevant. Bam. Hey, Martin. Martin, you're doing good in these other streams where you have like completely fucked up people, dude. ISIS. There was one Martian where he said, yeah, they told me it's ISIS, so I'm gonna believe it's ISIS. He said that, dude, on Twitch, a streamer.
Along with, in peace and in friendship and for mutual benefit. Now, how Britain looks at China, it's up to the British government and people to decide. But I think it would be completely misguided for Britain to view China as an enemy or adversary or a competitor. What do China and Britain compete with? China is the largest manufacturer of automobiles. Competing with Britain? No. China is the largest exporter of EV cars and will lead the whole world in EV production. Is Britain a competitor? No. China will...
Is he being polite though?
...be the biggest and most important producer and R&D in terms of semiconductor in no time. Does that mean that China competes with Britain? No. China will be the leading nation in AI revolution. Is Britain a competitor? No.
No.
I think British government should not overestimate its impact on the global scene and view Britain as a rival of China. China is not. China is a fact. China is a megatrend for Britain to live with and get along with. Let's make peace rather than agitating for war.
Very good, dude. Clicklock, I saw that. So Clicklock is saying that the police exercises near the Belarusian border have stopped. And there is police casualties. I thought these police casualties died in Ukraine, Clicklock. Very good clip. Is Britain a competitor? No, they don't do shit, dude. Fuck off. I felt like he was being a bit arrogant, dude, which is very unique, unheard of with China. We got Miller here. Do you expect Israel is going to announce a ceasefire? No.
To the
okay,
UN
but the
ambassador
abstention
for
means
any-
that
for any further-
you're okay with it. You're willing to go along with it, and so what do you expect now to happen as a result of the passage of this resolution?
So I think
do you expect that Israel is going to announce a ceasefire?
I do not. It's
and that
so.
do you expect that Hamas is going to release hostages?
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the things that we have objected to for some time is that most of the people that call for a ceasefire, we believe, are calling for Israel to unilaterally stop operations and not calling for Hamas to agree to a ceasefire.
A ceasefire means both of them stops, dude.
Where they would release hostages.
Well, I think it goes both ways, doesn't it?
It could, but so
But
the resolution today is a non-binding resolution. But
okay,
we
so
do
what's
think,
the point?
Well,
why did you abstain? Why didn't you veto?
We didn't veto because we thought the language in it was consistent with something that.
But with detail, what is the issue? The language is wrong. It's not really like something you can use as an argument, dude.
The language as it relates to the ceasefire and release of hostage was consistent with the long-standing United States position.
So you don't believe anything is going to happen as a result of the passage of this resolution?
So I think that separate and apart from this resolution, we have active, ongoing negotiations to try to achieve what this resolution calls for, which is an immediate ceasefire and the release of hostages. I don't know. I can't say that this resolution is going to have any impact on those negotiations. But those negotiations are ongoing. They've been ongoing over the weekend, and they've made progress.
So I don't expect you to answer this now, but to me, you just stick this in your pocket. If that's the case, what the hell is the point of the UN?
That guy has been doing these sort of questions before, dude. He's very good, and he's spot on. What is the point of the UN if it's non-binding?
The UN Security Council.
So we think it plays an important role.
This is what Ubitsa showed us earlier, with Russia ribbing America for saying it's non-binding.
It does, even though its action does absolutely nothing. And that you're going to get.
Why is he so smug, dude?
What you would like to see, not out of the UN, but out of discussions in Doha.
So we believe it's important that the UN speak and the UN Security Council speak on matters of international security. It's why we've been engaged in this process. It's why we thought we were going to have a successful vote on Friday that Russia and China unfortunately and quite cynically vetoed. But I do believe that ultimately, if we were able to achieve a ceasefire and the release of hostages, is going to come not through a UN process, but through the process with which we've been engaged, yes, in Doha.
They're essentially saying the UN is bullshit because it's non-binding. Look at Zelensky. Is this green screen, dude? I think he's in a fucking bunker somewhere. They didn't veto Rafah and still bombed less than 10 hours later. Putin. This guy, Ukraine has like a fucking habit of copying everything Russia does, dude. But I don't know if this is green screen. I can't tell, dude. I mean, we would have to look at the lighting and it looks fine to me, dude. I just don't expect Zelensky to go out anywhere.
Путін знов розмовляв сам з собою. І це знов...
Do you imagine? The only thing your president is saying is, the other president is just dumb, I hate him. And that's all he talks about.
Транслювали по телебаченню. Знов звинувачує Україну, хвора і цинічна істота. Всі у нього терористи, окрім нього самого. Хоча терором вже 2 десятиліття живиться саме він. Саме він найбільше вікно для терору. Він та його
It looks like the chair is part of the green screen. Do you think that, dude?
саме він найбільше вікно для
No,
терору.
it's not. It moved, dude.
Він та
It
його
moved.
спецслужби. І коли його не стане, запит на терор і насильство щезне разом із ним, бо це його запит. Нічий більше.
Just bullshit, dude. Like glassy eyes and shit. Yeah, Putin. I think the chair moved. It does look fucking weird, dude. Honestly, we can't. This is a proper green screen, so it's very tough. The only thing you can do if it is a green screen is to look at the fucking lighting, dude. And I can't tell. I cannot tell. So remember this video with this woman, Kate, the royal family in Britain, something. I don't know exactly who he is. Some of you do. It's not irrelevant. So she released a video sitting in this saying, I'm fine, dude, don't worry about me. The royal family is just normal. And then people say, oh, it's an AI video. Now try and look at the bench, dude. Look at the bench. If you look at these rills there, right? They are different. These are thinner and here they are thicker. And even the distance is different. The AI fucked up, dude. There's a better picture of this.
It's Americans.
There's a better picture of this that Daniel showed, dude. But I'm not sure if where he posted it. Daniel, are you here, dude? Here we go. I found it. Dude. Look, dude. It's fucking AI, dude. That's so bad. Yeah, Russia is spreading misinformation. Zelenskaya. What's funny about this is that they are very desperate, dude. Uppsala, what is very revealing is that the establishment, the royalties, they are in a position where they are willing to use AI to fake reality, dude. Yeah, Dakidun. There was something in the chat I missed. I don't even know, Ubitsa. The point of this is that this woman is gone and people have caught up about it. Hey, NML, what's up? Привет. She disappeared, dude. The royal family says, no, she's fine. And here she is. And then it's not her, dude. And now they made a second attempt. This is like a third or second attempt where they say, oh, here's an actual video with her. And then it's fucking AI generated. So, do you know why that's relevant, dude? It's because that they're coming out of their way to convince you that she's alive. That's why it's fucking relevant, dude. The quality of the eyes is very tough, but it looks weird as fuck, dude. So now you guys are gonna imagine we're gonna move forward 5 years, 10 years. Then the AI is gonna be good enough not to make these mistakes. So the important takeaway is that she's gone, sacrificed, whatever, dude, fucking dead. And they're trying to convince all of you that, oh, she's alive, and they're going out of their way to do so. That means that they might be actually trying to test tools to convince you that she's alive. So they're testing an AI, they're testing fake actors. Why? A good question, because they could just they would be way better not to say anything, Salman. It's way better not to say anything. But maybe they are desperate. You know, like when America blamed ISIS, that's an act of desperation. That's an act of desperation, dude. Zelensky's flight under scrutiny amid allegation of cocaine smuggling during Mila's inauguration. Because they killed her, dude. They killed her. That's why, dude. They killed her as part of some fucking royal ritual, dude. But yeah, it's so easy. Just do something normal, not like a recording. It's just like when Salushny was missing for like 6 months. Or here's like a snippet video with him for 10 seconds. It's just like completely bizarre, dude. I think she's gone. She was sacrificed, dude. Is fucking dead. Burned up. Raped, burned up, whatever. Sacrificed. They're going out of their way to convince people that she's alive. Either because of desperation, or maybe they don't give a fuck and they want to convince you, or they want to assess their tooling to fool you. So can the public, can they actually catch if they use an AI to fake that she's alive? Shit like that. I don't care. But I do care about one thing, Captain. I care about the fact that the establishment is in a position where they're using AI to this extent. I don't care about her. This is not what this is about. It's the fact that you got a royalty family through news agencies using AIs to try and convince you something is real. You should care about that, dude. You should care about that. You don't need to care about this individual. What you need to care about is them using AI text to fool you. Okay? Yes. We know AI exists, but we don't know the media is using it. Russia did this too. Exactly, Shelbel. So we should expect, when America wants you to convince you that ISIS did it, that they're gonna use AI in the future. Maybe she was meant to be sacrificed, Murph. You don't know the fucking royal family, dude. Let's move on from that. Since you guys don't want to talk about them. Baltimore City, Maryland. How is this even possible? The Key Bridge collapsed after a container ship crashed into it. Monstrous. Allegedly, there was a collision with another ship, after which the container ship crashed into a bridge, burned and sank. So this is a Ukrainian dude, I think. Well done. Instead of giving Ukrainian missiles and F-16s to destroy the Crimean bridge, they destroyed their own bridge. Look. Fucking Ukraine, dude. Punishment for Penders for chewing snot and leaving Ukraine to its mercy. Lol, dude. Salman. If you look into the royal family, you will find a lot of shit, dude. There is big bad boom. I told you earlier, Salman, there was body, there was remains of kids on the property of the queen. And they found out who the victim was. And then nothing. Remember, they are above the law, dude. Can I be honest? I saw a thing on YouTube today where the video was blurred to shit like a potato film. And it got me thinking, if someone just pixelated or compressed one of those AI fakes, can one still tell the difference, especially those poor eyesight? I don't think so. I mean, at some point you can get an AI to fix all the anomalies, and if you use enough time, you can make a picture look perfect. But this one is obviously lazy, dude. If you spend more time, you could have fixed that error. There's gonna be oddities here and there, dude. But all these oddities can fix if you look for them. It's a fact that the remains were found on the royal family estate in Britain, dude. The body found on Queen Elizabeth II estate in Sandringham last week was a 17-year-old who had been missing since August. Police said Sunday DNA test helped detectives identify the woman as Alicia Dimitriou. Norfolk police said in a statement. So this is just like normal shit, dude. This is normal shit, dude. Fucking normal shit, dude. So, back to it, dude. Yeah, but Salman, you don't know anything, dude. The 8th defendant in the case of the terrorist attack in Kokos, Alisher Kasimov, was brought to court. He's a native of Kyrgyzstan. This guy is not a Tajik. It doesn't say why he is there, dude. This is the 8th guy. So we've seen the 4 terrorists, and we've seen the 3 brothers, or the 3 Tasimov, whatever they call. The one with the car, relations to the car. How did that guy look like, dude? There's someone crying, dude. Did you hear that? There's someone fucking crying. We condemn bad words. We condemn bad words, dude. We fucking condemn all bad words. We condemn. So it doesn't say what that guy was. What's happening here, dude? It doesn't say why he's there. It does not say that, dude. And no one is reporting on this. I'm gonna go back. Alright. Give us the damn patriots. Ukraine needs air defense now. So Ukraine has no patriots. The world has no patriots. Because Russia has been systematically depleting them for 2 years. Israeli colonial society. What is this, dude? This is just cringe, dude. Fucking hate these. I fucking hate this cringe, dude. The music is cringe. Is that a C, dude? Everything is fucking cringe, dude. What the fuck? Everything is cringe. Here we go, boys. You ready? Bam! That was settler versus settler violence, by the way. Yeah, I got a fucking C in the tank. So, fucking C on that one, dude. I think Israel thought that, oh, it's like some sort of power symbol. They don't realize it's like a Russian thing, dude. So, this is the guy who was suspected of being one of the terrorists. I don't think he is, though. Ruslan Ashiev is the one only Daesh terrorist who was found refuge in Ukraine. You can, for example, read an article from 2019 where the West did not give up attempts to make something human-like out of Kyiv project, and there was an attempt to organize demonstrative arrest of Daesh terrorists in Ukraine. So, however, what question remains for Turkey and its intelligence services? How do Daesh militants still manage to travel the world through the country without problems? Good question, dude. Good question. Turkish army. ISIS terrorist. What the shit, dude? Click lock. What the shit, dude? How the besieged civilians in Gaza receive so-called international humanitarian aid, dude. So the aid is just been dropped into the ocean. It's completely fucked. It's rotten. It's full of salt. Fucking fish shat on it, dude. This aid is completely bull, dude. It's just throwaway. The only what I would imagine is happening in Turkey is that Erdogan is doing what he have to do for the CIA to leave him alone. So there is some part of Turkey he doesn't have full control over, or maybe he's allowing it to happen to just push away fucking America. I don't know, dude. I think they throw this away, dude. This food. Footage of explosion in the desert during the last air raid. We saw that. This is the sanatorium, the S-300. So Ukraine is storing S-300 air defense in sports centers like this. Nice going, dude. The head of Ukraine's main intelligence directorate, Budanov, has threatened new terrorist attack deep inside Russia.
What's your reaction to it, even if you don't claim responsibility?
This is after the attack. So ABC News interviewed Budanov, and they were curious, did you do this attack? No, it wasn't me, but we're gonna do a terrorist attack in Russia.
I'm very glad to see this.
His English sounds normal, dude. Does he have a nose that seems like it was broken once? You know what? A dog bit me in my nose once, so I have like a huge fucking scar here.
Yeah. That's my reaction.
That's your reaction. You're happy to see it happen.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be more?
I think.
He's happy to see it. Do you think there'll be more? Yes. Hey, Citizen X, what's up, dude?
I think so.
Inside Russia? Deep inside Russia?
Deeper and deeper.
It's just deeper and deeper. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just say no, dude? Why wouldn't you just say no? It's so fucking weird, dude. You got one saying, yeah, it's a good thing with the terrorist attack, we're gonna do more. It's gonna be more, deeper and deeper. It's so weird, dude. ISIS leaders considers Ukraine a safe house, and the SBU tolerates their presence. Ukraine therefore has the means to use ISIS as a cover for mercenary terrorist attacks. A top ISIS commander lived in Ukraine for 2 years until the US demanded his arrest. He's linking an article from Independent, I think it is. Congress approved $300 million for Ukraine last week. The Pentagon spent it 4 months ago. Okay. Okay, dude. A Ukrainian living in Czech Republic complains about the anti-Ukrainian appeals in the country. Parasites from Ukraine, don't drag us into the wars. The Czech appeal to the refugees.
Смотрите, ребята, если вы думаете, что вы кому-то нужны здесь, обратите внимание, вот что написано в чешском.
Написано.
Обратите внимание. Здесь написано.
The only thing that changed in strategy when they changed Saluzhny for Syrsky was that they were willing to sacrifice everyone. They were willing to sacrifice everyone, and they did. In Avdiivka, they sacrificed ourselves. Huge hailstorm in Damon, Texas. Thousands of acres of solar farms were destroyed, I think. Can't you fucking shield this with some material during hailstorms, dude? I've seen many like solar farms being destroyed with hailstorms, dude. Surely there's a mechanical way where you can fucking fix this. all of them fucking destroyed, dude. Hey, Noah Beth, what's up? How are you doing? So, the neighbors are worried about chemicals leaking from the solar farm, dude. Large solar farm panels are commonly made of compound cadmium telluride. Most home panels are made with silicone and don't contain dangerous chemicals. No doubt the taxpayers will pay up the tab for the damage. Okay. NATO weapons injure civilians in Belgorod.
Ukraine opened fire.
Good old Patrick Lancaster. This guy was injured by NATO weapons in Belgorod. Terrorist attacks, by the way.
Fire on civilian areas of Belgrade at 3:20 in the morning, and several were injured. We're here with one of the injured men, and we're going to have a talk to him about what the situation is and what happened.
Вот прилет сейчас. Здесь вот посекло вот все это. Можно пройти показать.
Хорошо.
Ну вот стекло пробитое.
Cute bird.
Потом здесь прилет. Здесь выход туда. Здесь я спал. Вот осколок. Вот здесь стоял. Мне в голову воткнулся. Вот я его из головы вытащил. В эту ямку.
As the Black Sea situation still exposed, dude, Sevastopol was attacked a few nights ago. I don't think they managed to hit anything. I don't think so. Nope. But it's just a matter of time, Bison.
Разбила забор весь. Тоже стекла повыбивало жительницы.
Just to give you a little overview of what the man said, because we're going to fully translate.
Eventually, Teo, Russia is gonna lose another ship, dude. It's unavoidable. If they keep trying to hit the ships, then eventually they're gonna get a hit.
For the film, but these are just important updates, breaking news updates we need to give you. So he said that in the morning he was laying down, heard several explosions, and as we saw.
They're not making progress, but they're attempting to hit the Black Sea Fleet. There's no like progress.
On the video, the shrapnel basically turned his little.
I don't know how to protect these fucking ships, Teo. Air defense can protect them from the storm shadows. That seems very viable. But how do you protect them from the drones? If they are attacked every night with drones, what are you gonna do? Naval drones. Then eventually that's gonna be a hit, dude.
Guard shack into Swiss cheese, and a piece of glass impacted his head, and he was injured. And he said he's under the impression that it was a.
They are safeguarding the Turk Stream and the corridors there. The Black Sea is Russian. They need to be there, dude. They just need to be sure they don't get fucked.
Vampire rocket, checkmate, vampire rocket, and that there was other injured.
Vampire rockets or shells are Western
in the area.
NATO.
We want to get everything out to you as fast as we can and not waste time because there's many stories here. So we're gonna keep on pushing.
Nice Patrick, dude. He also looks a bit skinny again, Monsieur Bolus fan.
Ukraine.
He looks okay, dude. How Ukraine became the unlikely home for ISIS. Leaders escaping the caliphate. So this is the article. I think it's a bit old, but maybe 2019. Yeah, it is 2019. So I've shown the videos of ISIS in Ukraine. It's not, the relevance of that is not to make it seem like ISIS did it, but it's just to show you the relationship Ukraine has and what kind of people they are. But the idea is that that ISIS did it is completely nonsense. You got actors and customers. The customers are Ukraine together with America and MI6, and they did the attack. Russia has already spoken out about that. We got this one, Tulsi Gabbard. Remember, Tulsi Gabbard was exposed to be an op. I forgot what it was, Upsilon. But Tulsi Gabbard is supposed to infiltrate a part of the government. I forgot the fucking details, dude. Which role she was gonna play. But here it is.
Whether they're holding office or not. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are not in office right now, but they still continue to wield immense power in influencing the decisions that are being made.
So can I just, it's sort of sidebar, but I think relevant, interesting. Are you answering the question that everyone watching has, which is who is running the government at this point? It's obviously not Joe Biden. Yeah. You think Hillary Clinton?
It's not a leap of imagination to know that that's true when you look at the people who are in Joe Biden's administration. They are the people who were the right hands for the Obama administration, for President Obama, and for Hillary Clinton. When Hillary Clinton said herself the other day, she said, "Oh yeah, I talk to the White House every day." So it is no shock or surprise who the influences are behind the policies that are coming out of this White House.
Don't you find it weird, Salman, that Tucker Carlson is showing this government up, dude, instead of telling his audience, "Oh yeah, she's there to fool you."
House that many people say is the most radical and woke White House that our country has ever seen.
Oh, well, there's no question about it.
Let me see if I can find the information about her, dude. But Tucker Carlson is not doing his audience any favors, dude. Here we go. So take a look at this. Tulsi Gabbard, the commander of U.S. Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations PSYOP Command, partners with Elon Musk, and all of a sudden, account posting about Epstein and Israel start getting suspended on Twitter. Hey, ding ding though. Yeah, that's right. She's literally Army PSYOP counter intel trained. Shady right political operative Tulsi Gabbard is a commander of a battalion in the U.S. Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations. She oversees PSYOPs to propagandize civilians. She is not anti-war. Her job is to co-opt and disrupt the anti-war movement. And in that way, so is Tucker Carlson. At least that's what he's doing. How you doing, Ding Dang? I had to look to the. Have you seen the footage from the brick wreck? My timestamp. I will go to YouTube after what I'm doing, but I can queue up your video. I won't do both because I'm streaming on YouTube while I do this, so I can't show YouTube videos while I stream. Israeli Knesset member Almog Cohen says the month of Ramadan, when Muslims all over the world are fasting, is the best time to kill the people of Gaza because they're weak and tired.
ביידן שיגיד לנו איך לתקוף ברפיח ואיך לא לתקוף ברפיח.
ראש הממשלה הוא זה שמחליט. ראש הממשלה צריך להנחות את הצבא להיכנס לרפיח, כן, כשהם צמים, כשהם עייפים, כשהם תשושים, לפרק להם את העצמות. אני לא מצליח להבין לאיזה...
That's despicable, dude. In America, you got people like being emotional online so they can be attractive, but they talk about woke border security. In Israel, it's about killing Muslims, dude. I feel like anyone on television in Israel is like an Alex Jones, just about killing fucking civilians, dude. Israeli forces bombed our kindergarten, so we don't play them. This is a Palestinian kid. She is missing her kindergarten again. Very cute, dude. Very cute.
عشان بتمشي نلعب فيها صحان أنا بحب روضة المسبح الطير.
Have you seen how expressive these people are, by the way? That's a bit much, dude. That's a bit much, dude. Orders that come from Washington. Fight to the last Ukrainian. We might have seen this. Load, dude.
Arises, who is to benefit? This crime can only be a link in a chain.
Hey, Maddie, how you doing?
Attempts by those who are at war with our country since 2014.
It's so funny, Upsilla, when Putin said, "Oh, didn't you apply for the CIA?" So everyone fucking heard it, dude. But I don't think the Americans are gonna find Tucker suspicious. And Tucker is doing good work, even though he is. I feel like he's. For instance, he was legitimizing Tulsi Gabbard. Though.
The Nazis, the Kiev regime, who never stopped at any means using any kinds of inhuman tactics to achieve their goals, especially now when their so-called counteroffensive has failed, as recognized by everyone. And the Russian armed forces possess the initiative along the entire front line, and no attempts to stabilize the situation for the Ukrainian side have been successful. This has led to
I'm doing good, Maddie.
Attempts to penetrate our borders and their shellings of Russian civilian infrastructure, including energy infrastructure, their attempts to make strikes at the Crimean Bridge, the Crimean Peninsula. These steps make up a logical sequence of terrorist attacks and attempts to intimidate the Russian society and sow discord. At the same time, to show their own population that the Kiev regime is still strong, that the only thing people need is to obey the orders that come from Washington, fight to the last Ukrainian, and to...
Don't understand. Combat, are you here? Combat.
To adopt new orders on mobilization, create
combat,
like Hitler used to have, and the money that are being provided
for
these purposes will certainly be appropriated by the higher-ups, like has happened in Ukraine.
Combat is here. I just want to ask him, how do you feel about the motto of Ukraine, until the last Ukrainian? How does that settle with him, though? Upsilla, were you not gonna send something on Discord? Are you interested now, about 8 years in Odessa? And who doesn't write that Moscowit? What the hell is that, Jota? What? Are you from Wits, Alexander? Combat is here, I think. Take a look at this. The world is watching now. International shipping implications.
Water in a chopper flying above us right now. And so it's that convergence where you have the federal...
A lot of coverage, Upsilla.
investigation meeting the local investigation. They have to sort that out. That always leads to delays in the information to the media. We see it in criminal.
You mean that rehearsal thing shunt for the kids with the sea tank?
Cases, and you certainly see it in this situation because there are international. The world is watching this now. International shipping.
We saw the route this ship took, dude. It came from the fucking port. It came from the north, from the port. It went out. It went out like this, down. It followed the lane as it was supposed to. It lost power. And then it started drifting to the south and out of its lane. And in the time span of like a minute, it had drifted out of the lane. And then it hit, it was heading at 8.5 knots. And then as it was about to hit the lane, about to hit the fucking pillar, it lowered the speed to 7.5 knots. It was supposed to have dropped the anchor. We don't see signs of that, dude.
Implications about this, and you're gonna probably have to wait.
It looks like the ship did have technical malfunctions, dude. We see it losing power twice. We see it changing course, supposedly because of that.
Quite some time before we get.
They say they dropped the anchor. We just don't have evidence of it, dude. And maybe it takes 10 minutes after the anchor is dropped for it to affect it. I don't know how this works, dude. You would have to be a fucking expert to talk. We don't even know if this ship is hackable. There's so much about a container ship we don't know, dude.
The fullest picture of what has happened, but obviously this is going to be quite a two-part thing. One is the immediate search and rescue in the effort to.
So that one is sped up, that footage, I think.
To save lives and recover people. The other is how and why this happened, so unprecedented, and what impact it's.
The light goes back on, and then after a sec, which is sped up, the smoke start bellowing, which people say is an engine malfunction, which makes sense if you're talking about a car, like black smoke, then you got something busted. But I don't know, it's also very thick black smoke, dude. That's very thick, dude.
They've already asked the pilots, hey, what happened? And they told them, but it's going to be a while till we hear it.
What, dude? What? We already asked the pilots, and we told them it's going to be a while. It's so fucking weird, dude. So fucking weird. You know what? The amount of coverage about this is fucking weird.
Griff, great reporting there at the bridge collapse at the river. Go gather some more information.
He is SIPSO or SBU. What the hell, Jota? What the hell, Jota?
We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes.
Well, we're having to balance, to Griff's point, balance this all. Obviously, the main concern is recovering those that we hope that are still alive. But then you got.
I don't think this is misdirection. This is a bridge that's going to take 5 years to fix. If you want a misdirection, you don't need to do permanent stuff like this. You could just accuse a person of being a pedophile or something.
Got the Americans that are trying to get to work this morning. It's ends meet. People are already living paycheck to paycheck. $80 billion last year of cargo came across there. Got 52 million tons of cargo and then $80 billion of revenue. So we're praying for the folks there. We're praying that people get to work safely. Right. It's a balancing act.
As Griff said,
you can see how much distrust there is in the American government. You guys are normal folks, dude. You guys are super suspicious. That's how crazy it is, dude. I think if we saw this in Russia, I don't think the Russians would ever consider this as foul play, dude.
there are two other ways to get across. The two tunnels are.
Can you imagine if you saw this in China? I don't even think you guys would be suspicious. Because why would China sabotage themselves to do this shit?
Very busy. Well, on a normal day, they're very busy. Today, they are super busy.
Yeah, 31,000 cars were going over that bridge.
Yeah.
There is a video where you see it in a harbor in Antwerp going into the edge. Is that the video, Nirubes?
So that's pretty crazy. Now they got.
Good night, bunch of borders. It's 12 o'clock, dude. Remember, I was super fucking tired earlier. I'm glad I didn't go to bed, dude. Yeah, a ship can have a shit ton of accidents, dude, and the one in Antwerp looks just like amateur.
I suddenly take a major detour for the foreseeable future.
And a lot of federal questions.
Ubitsa, because it's American. I bet it's like that everywhere in America. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing.
Questions here. We have Mark Meredith at the White House, but I mean, questions about infrastructure.
We said I will go offline in 20 minutes, something like that.
Structure that I'm sure the White House is thinking about now, how this bridge collapsed.
Maybe earlier.
Obviously collided with a ship. But also, this is a major American.
I want you to notice something. We'll take a closer look. But when you look at the ship here, right?
Collapsed, obviously. Questions about.
You look at the ship here. It has lost electricity. It's still drifting in the same direction.
And a lot of federal questions here. We have Mark Meredith.
It's not going for the pillar yet.
At the White House, but I mean, questions about.
Then the power comes back on, and then it goes.
I'm sure the White House is thinking.
Then it goes for the pillar. Now it goes for the pillar, and then the smoke starts coming up.
Collapsed, obviously.
And then pay attention to this. Once it has adjusted, once it turns into the pillar, it actually aligns. It realigns itself. It tries, almost like it tries to go out or tries to
collided with a ship.
hit it straight on.
But also, this is a major American port. The world sends cargo through this. So let's check in with Mark Meredith and look at how the White House is responding and taking this all in, Mark.
Kaylee, good morning to you. The White House says it is closely monitoring the developments in Baltimore. We know that White House officials around. We've also heard from a number of Maryland officials and those still hoping to become Maryland that will be offered. But Kaylee,
this was like a 5-minute segment about the British dude from Fox News. They do a lot, dude. Antwerp. I'm not sure how old this is. This is the same ship. I don't know how old this is. This video. But it's doing some shit here with the port, dude. But this could just be fucking an amateur. 2018. 16. That's not relevant. I don't feel like that's relevant, dude. Whatever. The video I had did not say. It didn't say the actual date, dude. But I was curious. So Upsilla posted a few links. I'm curious now. Hang on. Can I just try something? So is this the best one we have? No. No.
You want to know what the
No. Where's the best footage? This is the best footage. So take a look. It's sped up, dude. So this one is sped up. It's so it's without power for a minute. Power goes out. It's, as far as we know, it is still in the lane that it's supposed to be in. As far as we know. It's 8.5 knots. It's not slowing down. Recovery. Turn. That's a turn. That's the gas. Power out again. Power on again. And then a correction in course. So it's turning and then it's correcting out. I don't see it dropping any anchor, dude. So even I couldn't swerved that ship away. He swerved into it. That's when you drop anchor. After the first outage, he dropped anchor. How do we know he dropped anchor though? We don't see it like slowing down. I have your link queued up, I think. Is that the troops coming out? Is that one? He didn't. People are saying he dropped the anchor, dude, but we have no proof of that. And I'm just inclined to think that didn't happen, honestly. Because
What you're looking for here are the tiny flashes of light just underneath the bridges. There's one, there's two, there's three. And those are them blowing the supports out of the bridge. And then you need to look for...
So this is a theory about dynamite being on the bridge. You know what? I don't see this on my video. I don't see this on my video, dude. I hate this fucking bullshit. Give me a hide now.
The second one, above the bridge, on the arch, you can see them cutting there. You can see the little flash of light, and then this actually starts to smoke and burn. You can see the flames coming off it. That's the cutting charges going on. The boat hitting the bridge, that's just a cover story for them blowing the bridge. A bit like flying the planes into the Twin Towers. The explosives were already set. Right, this is a different view of the bridge. And you can see again, if you look, the cutting charges going off. You see the one going off at the bottom, and then the one...
Should we try? Let me just try and finding this again, dude. Let's try my footage. Because it's pretty high quality, dude. So we are looking for... That's to the right side below. So I think it's right here, dude. I think it's right here. I didn't see shit, dude. I didn't fucking see. Oh, there was something there, but that's after it collapsed, dude. So there is something here, but that's after it fucking collapsed. So the bridge is collapsing. The bridge is collapsing. Oh, there's smoke there, dude. That's smoke from the ship. This is smoke from the ship, dude. We got this. You know what, Uppsala? The bridge is collapsing, and then the spark ignites. That is possible. I'm just assuming they're using the same footage. The spark is here, but that one starts after the bridge. So take a look at this. There's gonna be a spark here as well, dude. But when there's pressure on the bridge, there, look. Look, that's after that's pressure. That's a cable. That's a fucking cable that dangled there, dude. Did you see that cable dangling? That's a cable. I can see it, dude. That's a cable. Look. That's a cable. That's the end of the cable. That's a fucking cable, dude. Yeah, but we still need to confirm it, Sean. Because it's, like I said,
start to go off at the top as well. And the thing...
So from what I just went through, that looks like a cable. And you can literally see the cable dangling.
You have to question as well is why is there no bridge footage? Because there's cameras all along this bridge. It's because it will show these explosions going off, and that's why they don't run it released. The other question you have to ask is why as the CIA, the deep state, blown this bridge? And you have to ask pro bono, who benefits from this? And you'll see a big flash at the end, just as another piece of cutting explosive goes off. There you go, big flash, and the bridge goes.
That's, for my opinion, that's the fucking cable that this attaches. That's the cable, dude. That's my opinion. Have anyone seen post this angle of the bridge collapsing in Baltimore, taken by some dude that were just hanging out down there by the water? We've seen this footage. Same, dude. Look at the electricity from the... Look. That's the spark from the fucking cable. I'm pretty fucking certain, dude. I'm gonna go full screen with this. It's gonna cover the screen. But you guys can fucking live with it, dude. So let's have a look. There's no audio on this. We're fine with that. So let's have a look. The bridge is collapsing. There's a spark. From what I can tell, that it's the cable on the end that cracks, dude. But that's very tough to tell. Now we're looking here. That's sparks. That's probably a car falling down. Sparks. I think that I don't think that there's bombs in this. I don't think there's bombs. I think these are just cable sparks, dude. That is my impression. Electrical cable getting fucked, being pulled apart and short circuiting. You can see the fucking cables on one of the things, dude. That is my opinion. It can still be that they drove into it on purpose, and there was no explosives. Yesterday, 13 people drowned in the sea while trying to reach aid. Israel killed them, dude. America and Israel killed them. Oops. Fucking killed them on purpose, dude. How was the bridge lit? Probably by torches, niggas. There were electricity on the bridge, the street lights, yes. Clicklock, you know what I was expecting? To Russia to have way more advanced technology, because you guys don't need to worry about patents. Yes, Martian, this is obviously, you know what? They are sending aid to Gaza. You know, America could send aid to Gaza normally, and the Gazans will still starve to death. Right? So not only is this for show, they're doing this out of spite and mockery. So I feel like America is saying, fuck you. Not only do they just want them to fucking die, but they're also mocking them. This is mockery, dude. This is fucking mockery. 13 people fucking died, dude. Could you imagine losing 13 people of your family because of America dropping aid the wrong way? Could you imagine, dude? Losing 13 family members because America dropped aid to you the wrong way? This is a kid from the terrorist attack. He was outside, and then the terrorists, after being inside in the concert, setting on fire, killing a bunch of people, they came out into the car, 4 of them. They drove away, and as they drove away, they intentionally hit this 8-year-old kid. The kid who was ran over by Tajik terrorists while trying to escape from the Cuckoos today had a second operation on his leg. The boy is recovering. Ilya was visited by Spartak hockey players and presented with merchandise with autographs and words of support from NHL stars. A few more videos about the fucking bridge too.
Part of this mission. Coast Guard cutters, Coast Guard aviation assets. I spoke.
A lot of coverage, Sheila.
Twice.
America could have chosen to ignore it. So it is a big distraction, but tomorrow it won't be. And the bridge is gonna be down for 5 years, gonna cost billions of dollars. Surely it's not a fucking distraction, dude. There's something functional with this bridge, dude. If they wanted it down, then it's the functional part of the bridge. So if this is done intentionally, then they didn't want this bridge to function. And we need to figure out why would they do that? Maybe there is hazardous material in Baltimore. Port is blocked, but it won't be blocked forever. The port will be unblocked. The bridge, so in a week, the port is probably going to be unblocked. So a bit more long-term efficiency is that the hazardous material is going to take a different route. Maybe they can drop it off somewhere. I don't fucking know, dude. It's so weird. We don't know this. We don't fucking know this. We need people who are like experts in this area and what's happening here on an industrial level. Hey, Crisp.
Today with Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg has pledged that they will do everything they can to very quickly release emergency response.
I'm just trying to entertain the idea that if it was on purpose, why would it be on purpose?
Funds for this important project. The National Highway Transportation Administrator is on his way to Baltimore if he's not here already. They will be releasing those early funds once all the parties are fully engaged.
The thing about the stocks, and that could be, if you see there is a stock behavior leading up to this, that will only prove that people knew about it. But the reason for it, I don't think will be the stocks. That's just proof, like where knowledge about it before it happened. I need to pee, dude. Hey Anubis, what's up, dude? How are you doing? They took the black box ship. What's on that? That's like routing data. I think we already have the routing data, dude. I think we already have the routing data. We saw a video earlier that showed us like the path it took. And that's not like much revealing information there, dude. So we just watched that video. I'm gonna double check, boys. So hang on. Update. Multiple power failures on container ship before smashing into Key Bridge. Baltimore Key Bridge was struck by Singapore flag, whatever. The 300-meter long vessel can be seen apparently lose power before striking the bridge, with smoke billowing out of the ship, okay? 20 workers are believed to have fallen into the Patapsco River. Following, okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. Patapsco. Right. We didn't get to go through everything on Telegram, dude. It's just too fucking late. It would be funny if this is not a mafia redistribution of cash flows. The guys who, from the truck drivers union, talked to the sailors into the incident, and now making money with an excavator transporting goods. Remember that the mafia already owns everything there, Knicklock. So they're gonna lose money from standing still